Hi everybody, it's Caitlin Classing and I'm back with the first vlog of the 5-year-old year for TGS Lion Sunshine, aka Rooney, owned and bred by Ann O'Donnell of Top Gun Stables. And when last we spoke, Rooney had just finished as champion for the 4-year-old division of the U.S. event horse Futurity and 6th overall in the Fairhill Young Event Horse Championships. So after that, she had November just to hack around the farm and kind of have a little letdown time, but also keep building up strength while the footing around here stayed really nice. And then she had all of December and January off just to get muddy and fat and hang out with her gal pals and really be a horse. And then in February, we picked her back up, and here you can see in March she had her very first outing of the year at a little local starter trial where I thought she was spectacular. She always impresses me with her scope, but coming out this year, she's really feeling much stronger and like she's really understanding her body and giving me plenty of airtime, which is always fun to ride a horse that feels that smart and that capable. And then from this little starter trial, I did decide in talking with Anne that we wanted to kind of make her spring season a little bit more intensive and give her some opportunities to see some different atmospheres. So we took her down to Tryon for a week of jumper classes. And I do think the longer I do this and the more I bring young horses along, I do think if they can handle the atmosphere at one of these shows, it's a really educational thing for them to do. I think in eventing, a lot of times we don't see big atmospheres until it really matters, like going somewhere like the Young Event Horse Championships or their first FEI competition, or as they start to go up the levels. And then there's really a lot of pressure going along with it. So going to places like this where you can sort of camp out for the week, hang out, get in a big ring, get in a big environment, and it's really low pressure. I think I had talked to Anne about maybe we would even just hack her the first day. No pressure. She could do what she needed to do to feel comfortable in the atmosphere. Would be really educational for her. But of course, Rooney just knocked our socks off like always. She came off the trailer, youngest horse we brought along on the trip, and just absolutely showed up and loved the atmosphere, loved the environment, loved being in the middle of a busy showgrounds, loved being in a big ring, and kind of felt like she was saying, finally, a stage worthy of my presence. She just loved it. She's incredibly smart and confident horse to ride, which is really a pleasure. So we did do a class each day. We did 3 classes over 3 days. She did the 80 centimeter, the 90 centimeter, and the meter, and just felt spectacular in her form. And I think looking ahead to the rest of the spring season, one thing that Anne and I talk about a lot with her breeding is that she is that little bit of bigger size with the Irish Draught influence. And so we want to make sure that we are really thoughtful in how we produce her body. Because obviously she's very talented, has all the ability in the world, and has a fabulous brain. But we want to make sure that we're giving her body a chance to develop the strength that it's going to need and the durability that it's going to need to continue to go up the levels because she is a bigger horse. So I think we're going to do a bit more in the spring while the footing is so fabulous around us, and then back off over the summer a bit like we did last year. And play around with maybe moving up to training level to keep her interested, and then going back to novice to keep her confident, and just sort of play back and forth between the levels, continuing to do what it feels like she's ready for. But I've been so thrilled with how she's come out this spring. She's feeling strong, she's feeling happy, and I'm really excited to see what the rest of the year holds and to keep everybody following along with the U.S. Event Horse Futurity up to date. So thank you so much for listening and watching. If you have any questions, please get in touch, and I'll leave a little note for our email. Oh, and then we had to include this. This is her little personality coming through. A little bit of Rooney behind the scenes. Always a character, so. All right, thank you guys so much. We'll keep you posted.